Hello, I'm Brett Boggs, Superintendent of Schools for the Tippecanoe Valley School Corporation. On Thursday, September the 10th, the Tippecanoe Valley School Corporation began a two-day process of honoring our sixth class of Tippecanoe Valley High School Distinguished Alumni. Distinguished alumni are Valley graduates, living or deceased, who have led successful lives while making substantial contributions to their chosen field of work or have provided outstanding service to their community, state, or country. The class of 2015 consists of 7 Valley graduates and a 1963 graduate of Talma High School. The 8 inductees into the class of 2015 were honored with a formal dinner at Tippecanoe Valley Middle School. Following the dinner, the inductees were introduced and interviewed by local radio personality Rita Price. Each inductee also introduced and spoke about a Tippecanoe Valley educator or educators that had a significant impact on their life. Induction Day activities followed on Friday, September the 11th at Tippecanoe Valley High School. The day opened with a welcome breakfast when the inductees were introduced to the student liaisons that would accompany them throughout the day. Each inductee then made 4 presentations to groups of freshmen through seniors in which they shared their high school, career, and life experiences. This proved to be a beneficial time for the students of Tippecanoe Valley High School as they learned about the outstanding accomplishments of these distinguished individuals. The students realized that earning a diploma from Tippecanoe Valley High School through hard work and taking advantage of the many opportunities available to them was an important initial step in the successful life of each inductee. The inductees were then given a tour of the school, followed by lunch, where the inductees were available to speak with individuals and small groups of students. Following lunch, the inductees participated in the individual interviews you are about to enjoy. Induction Day concluded when the inductees into the class of 2015 were introduced at halftime of the home football game. A brief biography was read aloud as each inductee was presented a beautiful commemorative plaque. Nominations are being accepted for the Tippecanoe Valley High School Distinguished Alumni Class of 2016. Anyone who would like to submit a nomination may obtain a nomination form from any Tippecanoe Valley school, the administration office, or the Tippecanoe Valley website. Finally, I would like to say thank you to the Rochester Telephone Company and Scott Sager for recording the interviews with our distinguished alumni. The Tippecanoe Valley School Corporation appreciates our strong partnership with RTC and the support provided for our schools and community. Now it's time to meet the members of the Tippecanoe Valley High School Distinguished Alumni Class of 2015.
My name is Matthew Johnson, and I graduated from Tippecanoe Valley High School in 1979.
My name is Elizabeth McCullough, and I graduated in 2004.
My name is Barb Burge, and I graduated from Tippecanoe Valley in 1990.
My name is Ora Stroshine, and I graduated in 1997.
I'm Dr. Kevin Day, and I was a 2002 graduate of Tippecanoe Valley.
I'm Lieutenant Luke Scripture, and I graduated from Tippecanoe Valley in 2004.
My name's Marilyn was Earl McDonald now, and I graduated from Tippecanoe Valley in 1981.
Tell us about your most memorable moment at Tippecanoe Valley High School.
I believe the most memorable moment is when I received the Actor of the Year award for a couple plays I did. I believe it was in 1978 and 79. And it was a good accomplishment because I never thought I would actually get any kind of award in high school, just to say the least.
Well, I just got done reading one of the yearbooks. Actually, it was the year I graduated. And in there, I had written that my most memorable moment was walking down the hall singing Toby Keith's song, "Who's Your Daddy?" or something like that. I forgot all about that. I remember singing and dancing down the halls, but that was a good thing to bring back. The thing that I remember now mostly is graduation. Just sitting there with my classmates, wondering what was going to come next, and just being really excited.
I would say that I have 3 that are all similar. 3 out of my 4 years at Valley, I was very active in the band all the way through, but 3 out of 4 years we were able to go to the state finals, and that was a huge accomplishment, very exciting.
I think my most memorable moment would have been the senior trip that my French class took over our spring break, in which we went to Paris.
There have been a few really memorable moments from Valley. One was winning the sectional, or having a 3-way tie for the sectional in baseball. Being a part of that was fantastic. But the one that, that I honestly remember the best is we had a snow day, and I think it was in 2000. And just because you have a snow day and no school doesn't mean you don't have practice. So Coach Smith was our wrestling coach. He would come pick you up if you couldn't make it there. So those of us who were able to drive, we had an empty parking lot of snow. And you do what you do when you're a teenager and you have an empty parking lot of snow. You do a lot of donuts, and that's something that I'll never forget.
I had a lot of memorable moments in my time at Tippecanoe Valley. One that stands out in particular to me now is at the end of senior year at the awards banquet. I was honored by the faculty selecting me to receive the Golden V Award. It was a vote of the faculty for, I suppose, a likely to succeed award, and that was very humbling and also very encouraging to me that I had worked very hard and that it was recognized that not only had I been successful in school, but my teachers had the confidence that I would go on and continue to succeed after that.
I think my most memorable moment would be I was here when the football team made it to semi-state and then made it to state, and I was a cheerleader at the time, and winning state was awesome. It was a lot of fun. The school spirit, you know, we had a lot of school spirit at that time. School was pretty new. I think that was like this 4th year of the high school. And so getting to be a part of something that was so new, and I think it really helped define the school as far as spirit and unity.
What did you enjoy most as a student at Tippecanoe Valley High School?
The idea that you could learn, that you could really rely upon some of the people that have become important in your life, whether it is fellow students or, in a lot of cases, in my cases, teachers and administrators.
The clubs that I was in drama club for a couple years, did a musical and that type of thing, and that plays into where I'm at now. It pretty much helped me. Cheerleading my senior year. I tried out 2 years in a row, didn't make it, and then tried out my senior year, finally got it, and I loved every bit of it, football games and everything.
The relationships I built with both my friends, my classmates, and the teachers here. There's a real sense of community, and I was proud to be part of that.
I most enjoyed the variety of activities that were available and accessible to students that happened after school to give you a lot of different things that you could try and explore. And I think that was equally important as the variety of classes that we could take academically.
I enjoyed the athletics quite a bit. I did baseball, football, and wrestling, but I did something interesting. I'd come to school early in the mornings. I would get in here maybe 7:15 or so before the school started and just walk laps and talk to people. And I enjoyed the interaction with the teachers, the staff, and some of the other students that were around for that. I really enjoyed that.
During my time at Valley, I was involved in a lot of different activities. I played sports, I played baseball, I played football, I was in the drama club, I was in the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and I loved that. Something that's not always the case in many high schools is that the groups are very divided. And I felt like here at Tippecanoe Valley, especially when I was there, the divisions between all the different groups or cliques was not as stark. You could mix and mingle, and I had friends that didn't play sports at all and only played sports or involved in different activities, and it was great to be able to really be close to the entire class and the entire student body, and I love that about Valley.
What did you enjoy the most as a student here?
I enjoyed getting to try a lot of different things. I had a lot of interest I was able to do the graphic design class, I was able to do art class, I was able to do accounting, all the things that kind of play into me now. I just really appreciated all the opportunities I had with that and got to experience and try different things when I was here.
Where did you continue your education after graduating from Tippecanoe Valley High School, and what was your major area of study?
I went to Laterno University, and that's in Northeast Texas. It's in Longview, Texas, and I got a degree in business administration with some emphasis in psychology, economics, and accounting.
I went to Ivy Tech in Warsaw after high school. I started as a nursing major, but I decided that wasn't for me, so I switched that to a business major. I ended up leaving there and just focusing on work for a couple years, and I decided to audition down at Ball State University for the dance program. And there I waited a couple weeks. I thought I wasn't going to get in, and I heard back from them and they said that I had gotten the dance minor, so I was pretty excited about that. But I just continued there with my studies and then started working at the library after that, and then came the dance.
When I graduated from Tippecanoe Valley, I immediately became a music major, a music student at IU Bloomington, and did that for 2 years at the IU School of Music. I was a saxophone major, and then I decided that wasn't what I wanted to do with the rest of my life. So I finished my degree in psychology, and then beyond that I got a master's degree in social work and ultimately a PhD in social work with a specialization in gender studies.
After graduating from Tippecanoe Valley High School, I enrolled at Ball State University in Muncie, Indiana, and there I obtained degrees in piano performance and in French, and I was also at the Honors College at the university there. During my undergrad, I also spent some time abroad in which I got to study in Lille for 3 years. Following my undergraduate, I went to the University of Toledo, where I obtained a master's degree in piano performance, and after that I continued my education at the University of Iowa, where I am in the midst of completing a doctoral degree in piano performance and pedagogy with a minor in music theory. I have also pursued some other studies throughout this time period. I've started some studies in Dalcroze, and that is a form of study which uses movement to learn musical concepts. And I have obtained training in Suzuki piano teaching, and so I've done that through all of the books and some supplementary courses as well. And I have also done some studies at the Center for Mind-Body Medicine in San Francisco, in which I shall shortly be completing that certification process.
I went to Manchester College for my undergraduate, and I got a degree in biology chemistry, and I was then accepted to Sherman College of Chiropractic. That's where I received my doctorate in 2009.
I attended the United States Naval Academy in Annapolis, Maryland, and I got my Bachelor's of Science in Systems Engineering, as well as a commission as an ensign in the U.S. Navy. I'm a little different than the ones you've seen before me. I did not go to college. I was signed up to go, kind of changed my mind. I always say I got my degree in life. I've done numerous jobs. A lot of it, the opportunity was so that I could raise my sons. And all those jobs, I took something away from me, and so my degree is life. It's just learning how to do different things, and everything I did to my best ability. I always worked hard, and so I just took something away from everything, and it's really came together to give me the career that I have now.
Explain your career path, where you are currently employed, and your position.
I am currently employed at the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency. It's a bureau of the U.S. Treasury Department. Now, what I do at the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency has been varied over the last 29 years. I started out as an assistant National Bank examiner and became a commissioned National Bank examiner. Since then, I've gotten certifications in fraud and in money laundering. So I'm a certified fraud specialist and a certified money laundering specialist. And here recently, I've just been promoted and accepted a position as an assistant deputy controller in one of our New York offices.
I've had multiple jobs since high school. I've tried a little bit of everything, which I think is a great thing to do if you don't know what your niche is going to be. But I worked at the library and I continue to work there now. I started there in 2007, so we're going in 8 years there. But besides going to college and then finally deciding I wanted to own my own dance studio one day, a dream of mine since I was 5 years old, I decided to go ahead and pursue taking classes and that type of thing. And then I was asked by Jamie, used to be Swank, now Dakota. She owned RTX in Rochester, and she wanted a dance program because she already had tumble and cheer. So she asked me to do that, and I said, of course. So I started teaching with her, and then about a year later, I opened my own studio. That's where we're at today.
I'm currently employed at Manchester University, and I'm in my 13th year on the faculty at Manchester. I'm the director of the social work program, and I teach social work and also gender studies there. But before I went into teaching at the college level, I worked in the field as a professional social worker in community mental health and a variety of family services.
Currently, I am employed at the Prusa School of Music, which is a Suzuki school in Iowa City. It was one of the first established in the entire nation and has quite a reputation. I have been there for the past 8 years, and there I teach piano. I also teach music theory, some chamber music, and improvisation. And on occasion, I also coach chamber music.
My career path really started when I was at Sherman. That was my chiropractic college. I really began to learn more of what chiropractic really was and fell in love with it. And I decided if I was going to be 600 miles away from my family, I was going to put everything I had into it. So I actually became the president of a technique club when I was down there, and we taught technique to other students and even some faculty. How to adjust, how to manage cases, how to analyze x-rays, how to take care of infants, elderly, extremities cases. And from there I felt very prepared when I came out of Sherman. I was ready to start practicing. I did a 6-month associateship before I opened my own office in Warsaw, and it was day chiropractic for the first 5 years. And then I saw a need in Warsaw for natural health care. Nutritional counseling, hormone balancing, weight management solutions. There just wasn't really anyone in the area doing that, so I decided to join with Align Life, which is a natural health center franchise, and now we incorporate nutritional care as well as weight management, hormone balancing into our care to provide a better service for our community.
After graduation and after receiving my commission, I reported to flight school in Pensacola, Florida. I attended flight school, both fixed wing training, and then was selected to go through helicopter flight school, flight training there. I completed that, received my wings there in Pensacola in 2010. I went to the Fleet Replenishment Squadron to learn to fly the SH-60 Bravo helicopter, and that was in Mayport, Florida. And then received orders to go to HSM 51 in Atsugi, Japan, where I've been for the last 3.5 years. Just until this past February. And now I'm back in Pensacola, instructing in the classroom right now, teaching at Advanced Pre-Flight Indoctrination, which is the first stage of flight school.
We don't really have enough time to tell you all the different jobs I've done. A lot of them have been full-time jobs, a lot of part-time jobs I've filled here and there. I've done receptionist, accounting, I've done wedding photography, I've worked at factories, and I also had a 20-year business of making snowmen. It's kind of an odd occupation, but I would hand make these snowmen, and it started out as a hobby, and when we needed to step up my income, I turned it into a full-time job. I designed, purchased, and marketed $50,000, $60,000 worth of snowmen in a year solely with me. So that has led me to owning my own business, but never having any employees. My stepfather gave me the opportunity to own my own business through Subway. I started a Subway business with no restaurant experience. And then after 3 or 4 years, 3 years of doing that, we just kind of looked at the side lot beside us and decided, yeah, let's just open an ice cream shop. So with no experience in ice cream business, I just learned and put things together. And so right now I own and I operate basically 3 businesses. I own the Subway, and I am the manager of that, work the hours purchasing, and then I own and manage the Igloo ice cream shop. And then my third business is that I own the property and I do all the real estate with that and keeping up with the taxes and the government rules and everything along that line.
What made you choose your specific career?
I think it was luck. I was in the right place at the right time, but as I told a lot of the students at the breakout sessions is, when I was a kid, I really enjoyed putting puzzles together. Now, with a puzzle, we all know how to make it. It's the edges first, and then you get the picture and you put the puzzle together. Well, for some reason, that was able to translate into me looking at certain pieces of evidence or certain pieces of information, pieces, if you will, and putting the picture together. I testified in a lot of cases with the Department of Justice, and in all over 60 cases, there has been elements of really understanding the motivation and what the act that the defendant is doing and trying to convey that to the jury or to a judge in order to get a successful prosecution.
I've been dancing since I was 5 years old, so it's the only thing I've, done all my life consistently, and I just have a passion for it. I enjoy it. I love working with kids, just seeing them smile, and I get to influence them to love what I do. So,
I very much wanted to help people, which is somewhat of a generic statement, but more than that, I wanted to create or do my part to help create a more equitable and just society. And the profession of social work has that as part of their mission, ending discrimination, ending prejudice, promoting social equality. And so that's why I decided to get a master's and then a doctorate in social work, and why I teach social work students today.
Sometimes I feel that the career sort of chose me in a sense. Music was something that I always enjoyed and loved very much. And when I was finishing high school, my dad had said that many people go to school and they study a subject area and they don't actually end up pursuing that as their life career. And so that in turn just encouraged me to actually pursue it more so, because I figured if this may be something that I wouldn't actually continue, then I might as well go ahead and do it now. If it doesn't really matter what I'm going to end up studying, if paths may change. So I went down that path and it has continued ever since. Education and teaching has always been an essential and very central role in my life. In fact, when I was in first grade, I would come home and I would play school with my sister, and I would write up worksheets for her and make her do homework. And I don't know, maybe that's how she ended up valedictorian, but maybe not.
Chiropractic, it made a big difference in terms of my athleticism. There were a couple specific injuries we spoke about before. I had a couple bad injuries. One was to my shoulder, and I literally could not move my shoulder beyond just picking it up a few inches. And I was able to go down and get an adjustment, and I had full range of motion in my shoulder immediately after. And I thought that was pretty neat. I had another injury to my knee, and I could not flex my knee. I couldn't walk on it, definitely couldn't run. Went and got an adjustment. I was running at practice that night. I said, this is pretty interesting. And I also noticed that I had struggled with asthma for 2 or 3 years prior to getting under chiropractic care, and then within 3 months, it was gone. I thought, this is incredible. So I decided to start observing some of the other chiropractors in town, learned a lot more about it, and fell in love with it when I was 17 years old.
Unlike many of my classmates at the academy, I did not have a strong military family background. I have a grandfather that was a career Coast Guard officer, and other than that, there was not a big push for the military. My family was supportive, but there was not a large drive. However, I was a sophomore in high school on September 11th, 2001, and that, while it didn't have an immediate push towards the military, I definitely felt a responsibility to be of service. I felt like because of the things that I had done, the things I had learned in school, and I felt like I had the opportunity and therefore something of an obligation to use my opportunities and use my ability to do something of service. And so that's where that drive came from. to enter the military?
Well, the snowman became a necessity. I wanted to stay home with my sons. They're both 24 right now, and I was able to stay home and help raise them and still have a full-time job and make my schedule work to whatever they were into. The subway kind of fell into my lap, but I love it. I love being able to help my employees. I have 18, 19 employees right now, and so I enjoy being able to help them out. It can be the stressful part of my job, but I love being able to give them opportunity to work and go to school or do whatever they need to do, but also I love that what we've done for the community. My stores in our community, small community, it really has benefited and helped the community out.
What's been the most challenging aspect?
Those employees I just talked about, trying to keep up the schedule. I mean, I'm right back there. I was texting somebody wants to call off tonight. Having enough employees to fill those call-offs and having not too many that they all don't get the hours that they need to be able to work for me. So keeping the schedule. I don't like doing the schedule, but somebody always tells me to hand it off to somebody else. I'm like going, but no, but that's why I have such good employees, is because I work with their schedule. So it's a challenging, but it is a rewarding part of it.
What's the most challenging aspect of your career?
Keeping my mouth shut. There's a lot of things that you're able to talk about, and everything is open source information, and there's a lot of things you can't talk about. So making sure that you're very judicious in how you convey information to somebody. More importantly, and it is a challenge, and every day I think everybody, if they're honest with each other or themselves, is you've got to listen. And you can listen and really hear what someone is saying and figure out where they're going or where they're coming from. And if you can do that, then a lot of times you can really get the information you need to be successful at your job.
The business aspect of it, keeping all my ducks in a row, especially the choreography every year for the recitals. That is a big thing. A lot of dance studios, they hire people to do it. Sometimes they'll go to like Chicago or a bigger city and learn the choreography and bring it back. I actually make up all the choreography myself, so that's really hard to do every year and make sure that you're changing it up.
The most challenging part, I would say, is to maintain a sense of balance between work and play, so to speak.
The most challenging aspect of my career is also the most enjoyable, and that's teaching people what chiropractic actually is. Our profession is not well understood, and a big part of our initial process when a new patient comes to see us is education. We actually teach people what health really is, what chiropractic really is, and the importance of actually maintaining their spine. A lot of people think chiropractic is just for back pain and headaches, and it's really not. We actually encourage people to take care of their spine in a proactive manner, very similar to the way that we manage our teeth. We go to a dentist to prevent issues with our teeth because we want them to last a long time. We teach people the importance of taking care of their spine in that same manner so it lasts them a long time, and not just using pain as a determination or as a reason to come visit a chiropractor.
I'd say the most challenging aspect of any service like that is time away from family. You're at the beck and call of your nation, and sometimes they don't give you a lot of heads up. So having to go away on short notice, missing milestones for your children, missing holidays is very difficult. What makes that overcomable is really just the knowledge that I'm where I'm supposed to be, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and also the support of my family. I have a wonderful wife who does a fantastic job of taking care of the house and caring for our children even when I'm not there. I appreciate her ability to serve in a very similar capacity as I do. It's a sacrifice for my family as well as for myself, and I'm very thankful.
Tell us about the hobbies or family activities that you enjoy to balance out your professional obligations.
Well, my hobbies are varied. I certainly like sports, so any kind of sports is a lot of fun for me. But I do enjoy spending time with my family. We're spread out all over the country. I'm one of 8 kids, and we're spread out everywhere. So when we get together, it's like we never were apart. I will say that my family has been very instrumental in my development. My brothers, my sisters, in some form or fashion have really influenced me in my career and where my life is going.
Well, I try to spend as much time as I can with family and friends. I've done a couple music videos. One was in Nashville, Tennessee, and that was a lot of fun. I'm actually working on one this weekend with a very close friend of mine. It's her first music video, and I'm proud to be in that. But yeah, just making sure that I have the time with my family, keeping those relationships going.
My partner and I live in a historic home that's been in my family for over a century, and we have renovated it, tried to stay true to its historical character. We've got it listed on the National Register of Historic Places, and fixing that place up has been very meaningful. A lot of hard work, but very meaningful. And we also have a couple of dogs and a couple of horses that we enjoy a lot. And we spend a lot of time with our families and our friends.
I enjoy a number of different things. I do a lot of physical activity. I swim, and I do yoga quite regularly. I also like engagement with my friends and other human beings with whom I have close relationships. Singing is also something I enjoy, and dance. And so those would be a few of the things that I do.
I love to be in the gym. I'm a member of the CrossFit gym in Warsaw and absolutely love it. It's great because you're always a part of a group. When I'm not in there, my wife and I enjoy everything from water skiing in the summer to snow skiing in the fall. We enjoy taking our dogs for a walk. We're just very active people. We're rarely home.
Family time is very important. With all the time I've spent away, when I can be home, I definitely love to be home. I love to golf. I've already started my 4-year-old son coming to the golf course with me. It's a great way to spend some family time and start doing activities with him. But any time I can spend with my family doing whatever activities are available is wonderful.
Well, while both stores are open right now, it's a little difficult. We are only open 6 months a year with Igloo. But my husband and I really enjoy bike riding. And I enjoy being with my family, my sons. One is in Texas, and then one lives here close to home, so I love being with them, but we also love to travel. We just got back from Vegas. We love to go see places, do things. We've done that the whole year. All the time we bring up the kids, so we love to travel. I've got my travel plan set once the ice cream shop closes, and I've got 4 or 5 trips already planned, so we're ready to go.
Tell us about some of the volunteer work or community service you were involved in.
Well, currently I'm involved in basically tangentially just by volunteering at, let's say, at charity events. One of the best things that I did growing up and when I was in college actually is I went to Brazil for about 6 weeks and I helped build a children's camp. You haven't lived until you've tried to live in the jungle or the Amazon and build a children's camp out of virtually nothing. There's no communication, there's nothing other than trying to put floorboards down, trying to pour concrete, trying to put up structures, then taking very, very cold showers.
Well, ever since I think I was still in high school, I've been with the Akron United Methodist Church, and they do numerous plays and musicals every year. This year they're actually doing a Christmas one, and I actually get to bring my dancers in, which is exciting. They can experience what I have done all these years. We try to do parades and different things like that for the community. And one thing that I've been trying to do but haven't been able to yet is I want to get into nursing homes. I think that would be a really great thing for the kids and for the elderly. I remember doing that at Pam and Louise when I took dance classes.
I sit on a variety of boards currently. For example, I'm on the library board in Rowan, in the small town I live in now. I'm the secretary on that board of directors. I'm the president of the local Historic Preservation Group, which is another nonprofit in Wabash County. And I also sit on the board of an Indianapolis-based nonprofit called Gender Nexus. And within the next year, I'm going to be joining the board of the Bowen Center, which is the local community mental health center.
I have been a part of Best Buddies, which is an organization sort of similar to Big Brothers Big Sisters, yet it works with individuals of various disabilities. I have been a regular part of InterVarsity and InterVarsity Graduate Christian Fellowship at the University of Iowa, participating that in a number of different facets, including leadership positions. I am also a part of Toastmasters International, in which I have a couple of leadership roles there as well.
When I was in chiropractic college, I got to go on a missions trip. It was part faith-based, part chiropractic, and we got to serve the underprivileged people in the Dominican Republic, and it was truthfully one of the most life-changing experiences I had, being able to experience a third world country, and you never really know how to appreciate what you have until you see those who do not, and that was very moving for me. We also are just a place for people to donate for Toys for Tots. And we also do various other donations throughout our office. I
Currently am active in my home church in Pensacola, Florida. I participate in the worship music on most Sundays. I'm also part of a men's Bible study group, and we get together from time to time to do projects, especially for maybe elderly widows or things in the church that people can't do tasks for themselves. We'll do yard work or help them do things around their house. I also am involved with a Bible study through the military. It's called Officers Christian Fellowship, and it's just a time to encourage and help young junior officers as they're going through flight school, and continuing to encourage them in both their careers and their faith.
Well, in the past, my husband and I have done youth group and different community things. The last 3 years, getting the businesses off the ground have been kind of difficult to give more than just what my family needs, but we just recently started doing fundraisers at the ice cream shop. We had the girls basketball team in and give them a chance to raise some money. We put the donation box out, and it was really kind of a twofold. It was a community service for them. We had so much fun, but it also brought people to my store. So it was kind of a community service and a good business decision, but it was just something we plan to do every month. Next year, I think we already have one more, maybe two more planned for this month before we close. But then just giving back to the community and trying to get them to come in and help make awareness of the different organizations and stuff like that.
In considering your accomplishments, what gives you the greatest sense of pride?
Being able to identify things that will allow either my agency or law enforcement agencies to get a bad element off the street, so to speak. So I mentioned the cases I've testified in, or the number of cases I've testified in, and it gives me a lot of satisfaction to see justice served, and in a just way. I also, with the agency I work for, the OCC, it's nice to help rehabilitate a financial institution if they're going down a bad path, financial distress, and you get them back on the right track. Sometimes, if not all times, it's very difficult to get an institution or individual's institution to do that. But once you do that, I can't tell you the number of times we have been thanked and said, thank you for making us do something or not allowing us to do something. It saved us. So that's very satisfying.
Greatest sense of pride would be those kids. They work so hard for themselves, but for me too. They take all the criticism, good and bad, that I give them all year. And every year we have an annual recital, and just to see them up there on that stage and performing with all of their heart and showing their passion for it, it's the greatest fulfillment ever.
Seeing my students, the college students I teach and learn beside every day, seeing them achieve more than they ever thought they could, seeing their worlds expand, seeing them be successful and happy in college and beyond, that really is so gratifying.
The special engagement and interaction that I have with other human beings as I do my work, both as a performer and how music touches the lives of those who hear it, and how that also resonates back from the audience to myself as a performer, and likewise how the interaction of myself with my students work and help develop them as individuals, and how they start to open and blossom as more whole and complete human beings.
The greatest sense of pride in my profession is when a new family or new parents hand me their infant for me to check their baby. That by far is the most rewarding thing. That means they understand what it is that we're actually doing, not only for their health but also for their baby's health, and that they actually trust me to do the examination and give an adjustment to their child if it's needed. That is a very big sense of pride.
My time spent overseas, I take great pride in some of the things that I got to do, places I got to go, ways I was able to serve my country, work with our allies there and in that part of the world, as well as be of service. We got to do several humanitarian missions where we were aiding disaster victims and things like that. Was just very rewarding to be a part of that, and also to participate in the lives and careers of my peers and of my subordinates, to help them get to where they're trying to get in their career, and trying to help facilitate that, encourage them, counsel them, and set them up for success in their future goals.
My sons. I'm a mom, and I'm very proud of them. So yes, that, and then the sense that my business helps more than just me. My business is about the community. We work hard to have one of the better stores around. We work hard at working with schedules. So many people come up to me and thank me because of what is done for the town.
What did you learn as a student at Tippecanoe Valley High School that has helped you most in achieving your outstanding accomplishments?
Well, being the smallest person is not necessarily a bad thing, because when I came as a freshman in high school, I weighed 89 pounds. I was in band. My band uniform was #1. I was smaller than everybody in the whole school as a freshman. And I even got rejected to play basketball here. But the basketball coach introduced me to the wrestling coach, Mr. Martellero, and then that's where I excelled. So I had people look out after me, and it's really nice to know that if you try to go through one door and it closes, there's going to be another door open. And I know that's very cliche-ish, but it's very true.
I've learned a lot of things, but mostly hard work, dedication, just your work ethic. I had a lot of teachers that pushed me to do my best, and that didn't really sink in until about my junior year. And I was like, I really want to do something with my life and make something of myself. And I had a couple teachers there that really were behind me.
I think I learned or gained at least a sense of confidence going through the Valley school system. The teachers were just so supportive and encouraging and affirming. So when I graduated from here, I really felt that I was up to any challenge that I might want to tackle. Not knowing exactly what all those challenges would end up being, but I had such a firm grounding in the community that I'd grown up in here at Valley, so it made a big difference.
I believe one of the points of training that was most impactful for me in my later development and training as an adult was how to balance a very busy schedule that includes a variety of different activities and responsibilities.
How to respect others was honestly one of the best things that I learned at Valley, and to never give up. I think that comes with the athletic side of things, but never give up no matter what.
One of the greatest takeaways I had from Tippecanoe Valley was to really push yourself to the maximum level of achievement that you can. Opportunities are out there. Sometimes they have to be sought, and you have to search for the things that are out there, the ways to achieve, but the opportunities are there, and if you will do the extra little bit of legwork to find them and then push to achieve them, you can go a lot of places.
To try new things, to always keep trying, get out of my comfort zone. I've never been as able to talk to people as I am now, but it just kind of prepared me and got me out there to try new things and not be afraid to get in front of people and So I just think the opportunity to be who I wanted to be and just give me chances to do that.
What is one piece of advice that you would share with the current Tippecanoe Valley High School students?
I would certainly say that you have got to take advantage of every opportunity, and you've got to make choices. A lot of people will say, well, I had no choice in doing something. There is always a choice. Now, does that mean the choices that you made are always going to be right? Absolutely not. But you're going to learn from those, and you can take the opportunity and really, really grow from what you learn.
Ask questions. That's one thing that I had a hard time with in school. I was always really shy. I don't think I ever raised my hand until senior year that I recall. So I wish I would have done that more. So ask questions. Your teachers are there for you. That's what they go to school for. They want to see you succeed in life.
I think the best advice I can give to any young person is to be true to themselves. Be who you are, even if it's not popular, even if other people don't understand, that you're the only person who can be you, and the world needs you to be yourself, so go for it.
I would like to remind students that their happiness is their own responsibility, and the power is in their own hands as to what they choose to achieve in their lives, and that to give them encouragement to achieve whatever their dreams and passions are, despite what others may expect of them, even if it doesn't quite jive up precisely.
It's never too early to start dreaming and figure out what it is that you actually want to do. If you have a dream, you can set goals. If you have goals, you can set plans in place to achieve those goals. And before you know it, you're going to be living your dream. So start dreaming what you want to do.
You have an infinite number of opportunities ahead of you. Even if you don't yet know exactly what you want to do, whatever it is you're doing now, do it to your utmost. Maximize your opportunities to succeed, and then when you find that opportunity that you want to go for, chase after it with everything you have. You'll never be disappointed. You won't have regrets, regardless of where that takes you. If you've given your utmost to that endeavor, it'll be satisfying and rewarding.
Well, something I talked about all day today when we had our breakout sessions was that whatever you're doing, whether it's a factory job, whether it's working and making sandwiches or dipping ice cream, do it to your best, give it your best, and take away and learn something from it. I have some great people, and I just want everyone to just kind of try and just, whatever you do, you're going to learn something from. If you give it your whole heart, if you work that hard, then you are going to learn something from it. And just take that away, and it'll lead you to the next thing. And like I said, my education was life, and I just went from one job to another, but I always gave it my best, and I always took something away to learn from it. So.